Where is U.S. Senator Murphy on half these topics that he doesn't want to discuss with you? Please watch this video I found on Wagner, Wagner Group, which took over production of oil in Syria by Russian convicts under Putin. And what they're doing is getting a percentage of the oil reserves. It's a brilliant strategy. While we are releasing all our criminals to rob us, Russian criminals are protecting oil reserves in Middle Eastern countries for a piece of the action for Putin. So they have a winning strategy and we don't. I'm going to have you watch this video, if you don't mind. You can watch little excerpts. Watch. Read the headline, read the understudy.
That meant Wagner and the Russian military fought against any combination of US-backed rebels, Kurdish forces, and ISIS. Wagner employed its fighters in Syria through a company called Evropolis. Evropolis was also the company the Syrian government.
They have 64 companies using mercenaries, taking a piece of the oil reserves around the world in a military operation. They have 50,000 Wagner Group professionals on the ground in Ukraine, backed by all these other units, 64 in all. Watch the video.
Hired to protect its oil fields.
Мы подписывали контракт с ООО «Европолис». На тот момент действовала такая тарификация. За месяц пребывания в учебном центре 80 тысяч рублей рядовому составу. В Сирии, если боец находится в зоне ведения боевых действий, то в сутки ему закрывается 8 тысяч рублей.
Okay, so Chris Murphy is the foreign relations person to Syria. He is also to Ukraine. He's been running back and forth to Ukraine. Let me remind you that Paul Manafort worked for Ukraine. He's from Connecticut. And a lot has gone on which jeopardizes our control of our own border. This Ukraine problem with paying U.S. Senators Blumenthal and Murphy by Burisma is a gigantic concern. They have personal interests placed above your safety. Biden was sent $5 million from Burisma. Biden's brother was sent $5 million by Burisma. Blumenthal and Murphy have payments by Burisma and Oxy in Connecticut. Think about this. Their attack on taking your gun rights away is one thing. We have the same number of shootings right now as we did in 1965 in America. So that number hasn't gone up. But in 1965 we had 100 opioid deaths. Now we have 100,000. Why? Because Murphy's policy towards Oxy, open borders, fentanyl, DHS, in a sanctuary state with open borders, while he negotiates with the Houthis. The Houthis are maintaining that they want to cut off Christians' heads. What does Murphy say? You'll never find it at Hearst Media, who has a monopoly on Connecticut. A monopoly. They own every small newspaper, large and middle-sized newspaper in the state. You're not hearing what you need to hear, and it's tragic. So, what I want to say is, if you don't watch this Wagner video, which will reveal how mercenaries, which are convicts from Russia being hired, released from prison, to fight their battles, while we are releasing our prisoners to rob and fight us. So who does Murphy and his policy support? He's taking police officers out of schools after taking Sandy Hook bribes. What was $200 million paid by Eric Holder to the state of Connecticut? And why is the judge, Judge Meyer, blocking the capstone agreement for Sandy Hook that we need for our trial? Because it proves many things. That the bribery of the U.S. Senate is first and foremost of importance, next to election fraud in the state of Connecticut, next to bribery from 5G. Bribery from 5G. Blumenthal received $60,000 from a local Connecticut 5G company at the Stamford train station. What's going on with the money? They don't care about the outcome as long as they can keep control and falsify elections. That's what's going on. So the election fraud case is really kicking into high gear. If you haven't been following the 5G lawsuit, it is got 42 defendants now. It's not small. It's the largest 5G lawsuit in the country. And we got a call this week that West Virginia might want to join us, and the state of California wants to join us. Well, I can't handle it by myself. We need staff, we need money, we need experts, we need witnesses, we need testimony, and first and foremost, we need affidavits. Affidavits of gang stalking, directed energy weapons, all types of DHS implemented harm to your neural rights for your own thoughts. They are using weaponry to tell troops to put down their weapons, and they make it sound like it's coming from Allah. Well, hold on. That's what they're doing over there. What are they doing over here? What they're doing over here is worse. We are the experiment. We are the guinea pigs for what they're doing in the Middle East. And it's Chris Murphy, folks. He is Department of Homeland Security Senate Subcommittee Chair. And Blumenthal's on the Intelligence Committee with Himes. Himes just took FTX stolen funds in his campaign. $2 million went to the state of Connecticut. Millions and millions of bribes are funding this operation, folks. And the only person that's going to fix it, I have a feeling, is yours truly. Happy Father's Day. What can I say? My kids haven't called me yet. Have a great day.